Hi, my name is Sydney, and today I'm going to show you just how quick and easy it is to make a one-time change in TaxView. On my data lab, I have pulled in 1 month worth of transactions for a G&A software rule. During my monthly review, I would be looking at these transactions to confirm that every item in this rule is still G&A software. Now, I have a separate video showcasing how to create a change order or a direct request for a new tax rule, which is really helpful when you have multiple lines needing a change. However, I would like to highlight today how we can make a really quick one-time change in the system. So looking at my lines, immediately I'm drawn to this one line for a 8 GB flash drive because to me, that's not a purchase of software, but more likely a purchase of TPP. There's only one line. I don't normally see that in this rule, so I don't see a need for a change order, but I would like to correct this one line. To do that, I'd scroll over to my review fields. I can check my review checkbox on this line for the flash drive. That activates my action dropdown. Lots of options here, but what I would like to select today is the override tax rule option. That's going to give me this pop-up window here with all of my override options available. Now, if you do ever need any specialty override options, you can let your account manager know and we will build those out for you. But today I would just like to make this one line fully taxable. And then I do have the option to leave a comment. This, like I said, is fully optional, but I'm going to leave a comment of TPP just so I remember why I made this change. I will click override and TaxView will let me know that the overridden data is not reflected in my current window. I'm going to hit save in the upper right to make sure this change is saved. And when I hit refresh, I will actually see that that line has fallen out of this rule. Now to perform that tax calculation on the one overridden line, I'm actually going to refresh my batch. And you might have seen my unprocessed transactions was at 224. It just jumped up to 225. So if I click here, I can process through my transactions. I see I'm back down to 224 unprocessed transactions. And now that line has been recalculated at the new value that I've manually assigned to it. Furthermore, if I want to keep track of all of the overrides I've completed in a month, I can head to my report viewer, and in the report group manual/override, I have a tax rule override detail report. I'm going to limit this just to the month of October because that's what I was working in. And if I run my tax rule override detail report, I can see that transaction that I just overrode. I have my invoice ID, my line ID. I have the original rule that the transaction was in, as well as my new decision and that override comment that I left myself. So not only are you making an instantaneous one-time change, you're also leaving yourself some breadcrumbs about the changes you've made. So if this does become more regular behavior in the system, you might be able to track it and know when it's time for a new tax rule. If you have any questions or you'd like any additional demos for TaxView, please don't hesitate to let us know.